Hi. I had the best compliment today, you guys. Oh my goodness. This lady, her name was Carmen. So you already know she was cool. 'Cause that's a cool name, right? Carmen. Um, she first said that I look like her daughter who, she lost. So R.I.P. And she was actually her screensaver on her phone, so she showed me a picture and she was really pretty. So I was like, oh my god, I gave her a big hug. And then later on, she was like, you know how you actually look like really like a lot. She was like, that's what you look like. And guess what she said? She said I look like Doja Cat. I was like, you just made my like whole life, cause Doja Cat is so pretty. She said I look like Doja Cat. Oh my god. She made me so happy today. Oh my goodness. That was so cool. Anyway, so I hung out with my friend, my bestie. She took me out. We went and got drinks. It was a fun day. Um, I'm really tired, but I wanted to post before I go to sleep because I didn't make a video. Yes, yes I did. Wait, I can't remember. Sorry. Yeah, it's hard. Timing. Life just keeps going. Sometimes the days are a blur. But, yeah. I was gonna talk about the night that I got the DUI, more in detail. Because, um, so I worked at a pizza place, and it was right next to a bar. And I closed literally 5 nights a week. I closed almost every night of the week. And there was always leftover pizza. So I started just bringing it over to the bar and just giving it to them. That bartender loves me, and I love her too. Shout out to you, Katya. She's a wonderful lady. One of the best bartenders I ever met. And when I would get off of work, she'd let me have a shot, right? So I wouldn't just have one because I wanted to tip her. I would drink that first shot really quick and then order a second one just so I could leave her a tip because I like wanted to tip her because she was like trying to she like wouldn't accept the tip, but I would always leave it anyway, you know, because I'm like, you're not gonna not take this. You know what I mean? Like, you gave me a service and it was a damn good service, so take this tip, you know what I mean? I love her. But anyway, um, that night I happened to be fighting with my now ex. We were in an argument that was literally so stupid. I can laugh about it now, but um, my coworkers invited me out with them. They were like, "You can come with us. Like, you can just come in my car, and we're gonna go down the road to this place, whatever." I was like, "Yeah, sounds good. I'm there. Like, yeah, that sounds great." I told my partner at the time, and mind you, they've been drinking for hours while I'm at work sober, and they're like, "Oh man, no fair. I want to come." And I was like, "Well, like, you can." Um, this was like 3 hours into my shift, I think, and my shift was probably like 6 or 7 hours. And they were like, okay, whatever, yeah, I'll be there. Just tell me when you getting off or whatever. Um, I freaking was trying to work and they got mad at me for like not giving them enough attention. And I'm like, I'm at work. I know you're drunk, but I'm sorry. uh, then they were like, I'm pretty drunk, so you have to tell me if you think I should drive there or not. And I was like, baby, if you're pretty drunk, and this isn't Battleground, please don't drive here. Because I said, I don't want you to get a DUI. Fucking, I swear to God. So they got mad at me for saying that. Because I should have told them to come, apparently. Yeah, like, oh yeah, drive. Even though you've been drinking all day, literally all day. From Battleground. I'm sorry, that's like a 30-minute drive. At, like, at least. It could be like a 45-minute drive. I was just like, yeah. I was just thinking about it. It would be more than 30 minutes. But anyway, they were mad at me. So I was like, you know what? I was like, you guys can go on without me. I'm gonna just go home. But before I went home, I got those two drinks and I just kind of drank them real fast. And then I left. And I just turned up my music and I'm just driving down the road. Um, and it's late. It's like I want to say it's like 1:30 or 2 or something like that in the morning. Um, yeah, it's pretty late. And I'm just driving kind of angry because it's like such a dumb fight I was in. Like, really? I don't know. I thought it was really dumb. And then this cop is just behind me because I just turned the corner to go to my house. I'm literally on my street to get to my house. And then the lights are behind me. I was like, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm going to jail. My dumbass. I was so mad at myself. And I blew high enough that they just, like, put me in the cops put me in the handcuffs, put me in the back of the car. But then when I blew later at the station, it was higher because it was just going up because I, like, drank them really fast, got in the car, and by the time, because I hadn't ate, like, anything, so they were, like, already, like, my numbers were, like, high. So, but the lady was super nice. The one who, the one that brought me to the station, she was like in her second month, like as a police officer. And she had like a really young face. She was really nice though. And, really professional. I could tell she's gonna be a really good cop. And she gave me a courtesy ride home after she was done doing my processing and stuff. And I was like, that's it? I was like, damn. I left, they got me home, and then, later, they got, so I think pretty sure I said in the first video or the second video, I don't know. Yeah, the second video, I said that I had a really good lawyer. He knocked it down from a high blow to a low blow, and, so I only had to spend 1 day in jail. And that day in jail, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about that too. Just really quick, because it was crazy. The blankets in jail will hurt your cheeks. 'Cause they're so rough. They hurt. They're scratchy. They're like the scratchiest blanket. And this lady was full on having an episode because she was like, you know, when you do a lot of something mind altering and it kind of makes you go somewhere in your brain and you just don't come back. That's how she was acting. But she was looking at me, but she was talking to a guy named Steve. And apparently Steve was African American like myself. So she was calling Steve the N word, but looking at me. And this was right in the middle of us finally being transported to the dorm where we were gonna like essentially live for the next however long our sentences were. And I got to the jail to turn myself in at 8 a.m. And so it's like 4 p.m. when I'm finally going to the dorm. I'm sitting in a holding cell with like, I'm not even exaggerating, it's like 9 people. And I'm like one of three that's not detoxing. That's where they're putting the people that are women who are detoxing. I was like, oh my god. I mean, it could always be worse, right? Because everybody's around me is like just moaning and like in so much pain. And this lady is like next to me and she's like, "Oh, you're only here for a day, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I feel like, I don't know, some lady just asked me right off the bat, it's like, well, how long are you here for? And she was just a chatterbox, she wouldn't stop talking, but I was like, yeah, just a day for like a DUI or whatever. And she was like, oh, that's good. And then the girl next to me is like, can I have your bed? Can I have your like mattress when you go? And I was like, yeah, sure. That's fine. Cause I got like a new one. And the guard, actually is the one, because I was just sitting on the ground, and this lady's like, she doesn't even have a bed yet, and he was like, don't worry, I'll get her one, and he got me one, and it was like brand new. It was really nice. It smelled kind of weird, like I don't know, it smelled new. It didn't smell weird in the way like somebody used it, like BO. Because a lot of things in there did smell pretty bad, But it's not all supposed to be daisies all the time. It wasn't supposed to be a walk in the park. It was supposed to be like, not a good experience, so that you don't want to go back, I believe. So, but the guards were for the most part pretty nice to me. Um, Especially the lady who was doing when she actually had to have me, because they do make you bend over and like to check you. And she said, I'm sorry, I don't like doing this. And I said, I'm sorry that you have to look at so many buttholes. And we both kind of laughed. She was really nice. But anyway, so this guard, when I'm leaving to go to the dorm, I make good on my promise and I switch her beds and he's like, what are you doing? You don't have to do that. And I was like, I told her I would. And he's like, now you're stuck with that for the rest of their time here. And I was like, I'm not here for a day, it's fine. I told her I would, so I'm going to. And he was like, you're a really nice person. Uh, I wouldn't do that. Or so he was like, that's not something I would do, but you're really nice for that. And I was like, thanks. Like pretty much every single guard was nice to me. And then I get into the dorm, and like, I don't know if you've seen Orange is the New Black, but that's prison, and where I was at was jail. But I was gonna make a reference to like Red, cause she's like a mama. I feel like if you've seen it, then you know that she's like one of the people that other people look up to, you know? And you could tell that there's like two ladies that like run that shit upstairs, and two other ladies seem to run this shit downstairs. Someone told me to just go upstairs. I went upstairs and they're like, you can sleep right here next to me. I'm like, yeah, sure, because actually our dorm had so many women in it that there wasn't any like bunks left for me to sleep on, but I had my pad. I didn't really care. I was like, I'll just sleep on the floor, I don't care. And the lady was nice. Her name was Tanya. She was really sweet. Shout out Tanya. I love her, but I would be friends with her on the outside. She was super dope. And she was like, you can sleep right here next to me. And the other lady on the other side of me, she clued me in and she was like, she hasn't showered in 4 days. And people are getting upset. And she wasn't kidding. Like, they were literally like, hey, you need to shower to her. Like, they, like, made her shower. They, like, bombarded her. It was really sad. I was like, my heart was beating and my palms were sweaty. And I was like, sure. Oh my god, girl, just take a shower. Damn. You know? And then when it was time for dinner, she started eating, right? I didn't eat any of the food in there because I was only going to be in there for a day. And I used to actually work at a jail making the food. So I know what the food tastes like. You know what I mean? Because I used to make it. So I was like, I don't really need to eat it. I can just eat when I get out. You know what I mean? And another reason is that, like, my body just has a fast metabolism, so I'll have to go boo boos right after I eat. And I didn't want to do that in there. I was like, nope, I'm not in front of these strangers. I'm sorry. I can do it in front of my friends and like my sissy. I can go boo boos in front of her because I don't care. That's my sister. But pretty much that's it. I'm not gonna go in front of strangers. So I was like, nope, I don't have to eat, you know, because I know exactly what's gonna happen. I'm not doing it. So, I was giving my taste of food to my friend on my right. No, yeah, on my right. And the other girl on my left is the one that they made her take a shower. And so it's time to eat, and she's eating, and I'm just laying in my bed with a blanket over me, just kind of thinking, you know, kind of trying to go to sleep, but I couldn't. Just blocking everything out, you know, thinking about my time there and what I meant to learn and stuff. And then I hear them like, you better clean up your mess. She's not about to lay in your crumbs all night. You're disrespectful as fuck for that. You better get up and clean up your mess before I make you. And they were like on this girl's shit again. And they were like about me. I was like, what? They were like defending me because she made crumbs near me. And I was like, dude, it's fine. Like, I'm not worried about it. And they were like, nah, that's disrespectful. And she's going to clean that shit up. And they made her clean that shit up. And she was like, you know what? Actually, do you want my bunk? And I can sleep on the floor? And I was like, girl, no. Are you kidding me? No, it's fine. And she was like, I'd actually prefer it. And I was like, you want to sleep on the floor? Are you sure? And she was like, yeah, trust me, I would rather. And I was like, okay, bet. So, for like the last, I want to say 12 hours of my time there, I was in a bunk. And so, you know, I was like right up next to Tanya, the girl who was like to my right. I was up in the bunk next to her. And it was just crazy, man. It was like every step of the way. When that one lady was calling me the N word, they had my back. They were like, "Well, we'll get her. Like, we'll be like her out. Like, if you go to the guards and you're like, hey, we voted her out, they'll move her." They did that to a lady, and she ended up attacking this other lady when it was nighttime we all heard it from the next door over. It was a bunch of screaming, and then the lady's like, "She just attacked me," and it was this lady that they like voted off of the island earlier. We were like, "Damn, good thing." I was like, "Shit, she was almost in here with us," but we were like, "No, her out. We're not doing that." And then she attacked somebody. I was like, that poor soul that was in there with her. I'm sorry, but like, Lord have mercy. It's not a place that you want to go. I promise you that. But I had people that had my back every step of the way, and I did not expect that. But I was blessed with like good energy. I feel like people knew that I wasn't out to hurt nobody. I was just there to serve my time and keep my head down. I have a quiet way about me when I need to. I'm still, my energy can be intense even though I'm being quiet. But it's not bad, it can be good. And I made friends like that I would like to see outside of there. People that I I would be friends with. And there's just people that made mistakes like I made a mistake. And I got in there. It's just sad, but yeah, that's basically it with my DUI story. I went pretty in depth with the whole my time in jail. That was kind of just a spin off I didn't expect to do, but I'm glad I did though. But yeah, don't go to jail, kids. Thanks for watching. Sorry this one was pretty long. Good night.